Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Let's go. AKA Padders, welcome back. It's Peter A. DeLuca. Coming off a little bit of a self-break. There will be, I keep teasing this, let me do it tonight. Tonight we will drop just like a general life update episode. We'll also update things with the podcast and what to expect and the types of rollouts we're doing. Because even though there was a little bit of a pause, it's not like I'm not recording along the entire ride. So every single day you may not get an episode, know that I'm recording. And yes, we do record every single day for the Film Buff podcast. And sometimes we re-record episodes, we go back. I re-listen to episodes sometimes. It's not often. I may be wrong or remember that I said something the wrong way. Have to go back. So, that creates delays and things like that. But let's go. Green Lantern, the Lanterns, HBO Max, 9 p.m. last night. Drops on Sunday. I'm excited. I'm there. My fiance, the absolute star in my night sky, she toned out, like doesn't care, not interested in it at all. I need her to be a little bit with me so I can just like put it on when it drops in some peace. Did I get it like somewhat so far? Like she actually crashed out amazingly early last night, so it helped me a little bit. But with all of that, Lanterns drops. The internet, and you kind of knew what some of the takes of positioning the comments were going to be. This is also, let's call it an idol. It's an idol of, when it comes to comic book storytelling, adaptation, we're in an era now where even if something is good, even if it's heralded, even if it's people like it, not enough people are going to like it to drown out some of the noise. Now, given the little diversion of that is that if something's good, a year later, most likely you're going to see a deconstruction of opinions of when it was good. And this can stem, it stems sometimes from very personal things. A creator involved with the show could do something wrong or say something a little bit backwards and piss people off, and we're in this age where we're more emotional now than we ever are logical. Where's our boy Spock? We need Spock to save us. So we get this deconstruction, and even though, like, as an audience member, you may like something, a year later you're going to be convinced you shouldn't like something, and you may be convinced. So it's hard to know where things are anymore. Now, I think some of the platforms they're ahead of all the internet stuff. They will shoot 2 seasons, 1.5 seasons back to back. They'll announce a season 2 while a season 1 is rolling out. They have ways to counter this like insurgency when it comes to negative opinions. They make shows seem successful before they are. And even when we see the streaming numbers, even when we read the annual reports, all of it, we don't exactly know what's successful, why something is successful, and what that even means for the platform. Now, bottom line, it's always about subscribers and who's paying what and how much they're paying. I get it. But at the same time, we only know what's in front of our face. And that's the point with Lanterns here. This show, I think, we're going in the right direction. We're doing some cool things. We're dropping F-bombs. We're banging girls. We have a amazing shock ending that I'm still like rattled from. Didn't see that coming. Even though the entire time I'm thinking Hal Jordan's like dead. But holy crap. Maybe a little bit of a spoiler there. And we get modern creators doing something with the Green Lantern history, look, Green Lantern goes all the way back in comics. Pull in the comics, we pull in some of these other adaptations, roughly 3 to 4 animated movies. Green Lantern First Flight, I think, is like the best way to introduce that character. Often we go to animation for that, especially DC animation. Even like the Ryan Reynolds movie. But when we look at these adaptations of Green Lantern, something emerges, and we're breaching something here now that few people have observed. And again, this is why I hope you tune in to this podcast. Everything with Green Lantern is the silliest, dumbest stuff one could imagine. It's silly stuff to imagine adults getting into it. Because you'll literally have a squirrel with a Green Lantern ring, and you'll have a rock, just like Rocky from Hail Mary, as a Green Lantern. And visually, like the non-humanoid looking characters, it just seems like a joke. And then we get these rules that, once they were deconstructed in the modern age by a guy named Jeff Johns, it's hard to go back to. Once you deconstruct the logic of how all of this junk works, it just falls apart, which is why we never really had real adaptations. We never had like a cry for more Green Lantern post Ryan Reynolds. I think that Ryan Reynolds movie, it did it probably as well as it could ever be done. And the answer to that is you strip it down even more. You literally, you have guys just walking down a side road. They're walking to a taco stand, and there's like literally grounded walking. Okay, you gotta strip down all of it for some of it to make sense, or some of it to kind of come off as intriguing and interesting and detailed. That's the only way. The Green Lantern, just as being adaptation worthy, it's not. It's equal in my view to something like Aquaman, which is why I love that movie so much, because that's going to be the best we get that, and even Black Panther. And how many times does the Marvel Studios need to go to the well of Black Panther? They cannot get that first movie. They just can't, because that first movie kind of does all the concepts, and then we're done with it. Like, we have to move on. We got lucky. The concepts came off good the way that we did them. And you kind of have to wait for another generation to come in and cherry pick things. That's where we are with Lanterns. I think this is one hell of a start. I think the Green Lantern concept is a silly idea, even in comic book terms. So there you go. All right, AKAPADers, that's my opinion. Lanterns, check it out. I enjoyed it. I think it's for everyone too. I think anyone that's into a crime procedural detective type drama, which suits itself for streaming, suits itself for weekly drops, I think we're in for something. And I will say, I'll make a prediction. I think we have one cool hook coming. That's what she said. Anyway, guys, rock and roll. I love you. Until next time, the Film Buff.
Okay, that's a wrap.